Most people learn about the idea of God from Abrahamic religions, and they were taught that God is good and his nemesis, the devil, is bad. And that's how they think. They always associate things that are good with God and things that are bad with the devil. This made a lot of people blind because we have been given a God that is actually evil, but we are told that he is good. And because we are told that he is good, we believe that he is, even though he's clearly evil. I've always looked at this as a test. I always look at people who believe in God and who worship God. By God, I mean the Abrahamic God, of course. I've always looked at them as people who lack judgment, people who can't tell right from wrong. The idea that the Abrahamic God is the good guy has been planted so deep in our psyche that even if we become atheists, we still feel like if God existed, he would be good. I've heard atheists who were debating Christians say, if God existed, or if God exists, why is there so much suffering? They believe that if he existed, he would be good. But there's a part of me that feels like, what if he does exist, but he's just not good, It is very, very obvious that the Abrahamic God is evil. He's more evil than any person that has ever lived in this planet that we consider to be evil. And I'm not saying he's evil because of suffering, because people suffer when they're here. That's not why I'm saying he's evil. The reason why I'm saying he's evil is because he's going to send people to hell. And his followers believe that he should. His followers actually agree that some people should be sent to hell. That's really my biggest problem. Because they believe that people should be sent to hell simply for not believing. We must always remember that there are a lot of people who don't believe that God exists, but who are really good and who are really doing good in the world. It's not like if a person doesn't believe that God exists, they're doing things that are harmful. In fact, the kindest people that I've ever met in this world are not even Christian. The kindest people that I've met, like people that I think about and be like, yo, these people were super kind. They're not Christian. So it would be messed up if those people went to hell just because they refused to follow the Christian God. I've heard Christians say, well, God does not send people to hell. People just, choose to go to hell because they don't believe in God, and God has told them that if they don't believe in him, they'll go to hell. What they don't understand is that that's very similar to a person saying that, okay, do this for me, and if you don't do this for me, I'm going to torture you. and you say, well, I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it. And then they say, well, I told you that I was going to torture you if you don't do this, so it means that you chose torture. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that that person just didn't want to do that particular thing. What they prefer is that, they have nothing to do with you. They prefer to be separated from you, but you somehow believe they should be punished. So it's obvious that he's the evil one, worse than the devil. Between the two, the devil was actually the good guy. I'm not saying devil is good. I'm saying between the two, the devil was the good guy, because in Genesis, we are told that the devil wanted Eve and Adam to eat the fruit of knowledge, which is good. To know is good, but God was very furious. And what was the knowledge of? It was the knowledge of good and evil, But God was very furious. He didn't want them to know right from wrong. And that would explain why, many people who believe in Abrahamic religions don't know right from wrong. I read this other post on Facebook the other day about a lady that got killed by Muslims in Nigeria because she said that they shouldn't be, religious teachings in that school, something like that. I'm not really sure what she really said, but she was not really talking bad about their religion. She was just saying that people should not be taught about a religion that not everyone believes in. There's something weird about that. Even here in many African schools, here in South Africa, in every school that I know, kids are being taught about the Christian God. In every school that I've attended, kids are being taught about the Christian God. Before they could even choose what they believe in, they're just being taught, and they're forced actually to learn about the Christian God. It's like there's no other God. This is the right one. Something weird about that. If we did an experiment where we make kids that are really, really young, kids that are 4, 5, watch the movie Batman, the one with Bane. I don't remember what it's called. Is it The Dark Knight or what? I don't really remember. But the one with Bane. And they were told that Bane is the good guy. And they were taught to see things from the perspective of Bane. They will grow up thinking that Bane is the good guy, even though many people now would say Batman was the good guy in the movie. No. But if they were programmed to think that Bane is the good guy, they'll grow up thinking he's the good guy. And that's why many Christians think that God is the good guy, even though he's the one that's evil in the Bible. He's the one that, do the shit that is really, really horrible. Things that you could not even imagine. And people still worship this entity and say, God is good all the time, God is good. Stuff like that. There's something about it that is really, really weird. As people wake up, they must realize how they were programmed to think a certain way. I'm not saying the Abrahamic God exists. I'm just saying there's just something weird about people just believing that he is good, like he would be the good guy. He just say he existed and we knew he existed for sure, that he would be the one that is good. There's something weird about that, Only those that are truly woke will be able to realize that no, actually this guy is evil and the devil is actually better than him. It makes a lot of sense, really, if you think about it. Thank you.